Good evening students and welcome back to our online classes of English Language Standard 6. So students, today we are going to learn one comprehension and the name of that comprehension is friends. And students, as you can see on textbook page number 180, this poem is given and this is a poem written by Abby Farwell Brown. So students, in this poem she has described her various friends of natures. Okay, different friends of nature. But who are that friends that we are going to see now? So students, before we could start this poem, I want to tell you one thing, that there are so many poets in English literature. They have described about nature. For example, Robert Frost, Wordsworth, Emily Dickinson, and John Keats. So these are the various poets who have written about nature. They have written various nature poets and they have described nature in their own words. Now students, today also we are going to see what Abby is telling us about her about her friends. So students, as you know that we are the human beings and we cannot live without friends, because our life is always full of tensions, worries and cares. So to get rid of that tension, we want the company of the people whom we love. Okay, so here the poet is also telling about us about her friends of nature. Now students, I am going to read this poem and you have to put your finger on the line, and along with that I am also going to explain it, the meaning of the poem. Okay. Now students, see, how good to lie a little while and look up through the tree. The sky is like a kind big smile bends sweetly over me. Now students, see, the poet writes about his friends in nature. The poet writes that she feels good to lie down under a tree for a little while and look up through the leaves on the tree. The poet feels that the sky appears like a kind big smile bent sweetly over her. As she is lying under the tree, the sun rays flicker through the leaves of the tree and kisses her face. That is given in the next stanza. Now see. The sunshine flickers through the lace of leaves above my head and kisses me upon the face like mother before bed. Now students, as I have already told you that the poet is lying under the tree, the sun rays flicker through the leaves of the tree and kisses her face just like a mother who kisses her child before going to bed. The poet, being a child, feels that the wind is blowing softly and gently over the grass and imagines that the wind whispers pretty things in her ears. Though the poet can't see the wind, he can feel the gentle cares of the wind. Okay, now students, see the next stanza. The wind comes stealing over the grass to whisper pretty things, and though I cannot see him pass, I feel his careful wings. Now students, here the poet imagines that the sky, the wind, the sunshine, the tree are his friends. He cannot see many of his friends, such as wind, etc. He feels that with such friends around, a child should never feel afraid whenever he may be whenever he may be or wherever he may be. The natural friends of the poet give him a kind of security and he feels safe. Now see here, the wind comes stealing over the grass to whisper pretty things, and though I cannot see him pass, I can feel his careful wings. So students, the poet is talking here about the wind. That wind comes stealing over the grass. Stealing means slowly, quietly the wind is coming over the grass, and the wind is whispering some pretty things into the ear of the poet. And though I cannot see him pass, I feel his careful wings. So here the poet is imagines that the wind is also one of the friend of the poet, and it slowly comes over the grass and whispering secret things into the poet's ear. And though I cannot see him pass, the poet cannot see the wind, but he can feel his careful wings. The poet, she can feel his careful wings, means the poet cannot see the wind. Wind is her friend, but the poet cannot see that friend, but poet can feel the presence of her friends. Okay, so many gentle friends are near whom one can scarcely see. A child should never feel a fear wherever he may be. So here the poet is telling that so many friends of the poet are near her. Okay, so many friends are there, and the friends are the friends who are hidden in nature. Okay, the friends, the poet is having the friends of nature. Okay, the sun, the wind. Okay, these are the friends of the poet. And so here the poet cannot see many of the friends, but poet can feel the presence of her friends. Many gentle friends are near. So the poet is telling here that so many friends are near to me whom one can scarcely see. And among that friends, we cannot see all the friends, but some of the friends we can hardly see. A child should never feel a fear wherever he may be. And here, if the child goes in the lap of the nature, he will never feel a fear. Okay? Because there are always the friends of nature who are taking care of the child. So poet here is telling us that the child should be very fearless and carefree because he is in the lap of the nature. Okay, so students, here I just want to tell you that whenever we are having tensions in our life, we need to calm down ourselves. We need to relax ourselves, and for that we seek the company of nature. In the lap of nature, we refresh ourselves and become tension free. That only the poet is suggesting here, that if you go into the lap of nature, in the company of nature, then there are so many friends who are giving you a company, and they keep you tension free. They try to keep you tension free. Okay, Abby is explaining here that even a nature can be a child's friend, giving him comfort and reassurance whenever the child feels fear. But here also the poet is telling us that the child should feel carefree or tension free, because uh, if the child is alone only, he need not fear about the loneliness, because there are so many friends of nature. For example, the sun, the wind. Okay, so these are the friends, natural friends, who are giving the company and also taking care of that child. So the child should feel tension free or fearless in the lap of the nature. So hope that students, you have understood this poem, meaning of the poem, and now we are going to do the question answers. Okay.